Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all. Casey O'Neill versus Lara Procopio. This was a good fight. This was a very good, entertaining fight for both fighters. You know, I like the fact that Casey O'Neill, she came in there and she looked better than her first fight against Shanna Dobson. You know, in my opinion, she really went in here and showed a lot of consistency, you know, and good pressure, and she showcased some good groundwork. I will say that Lara Procopio, she did have better moments in the first round, you know, but I think she just overexerted herself and she began to fade into that second round. But yeah, the first round was good back and forth action, good scrappy round. Lara Procopio, in my opinion, she took the round. But when we got into the second and third round, that's where Casey O'Neill started to turn the tables. You know, she started landing the better strikes. She started upping her work rate, and you know, she was just putting everything together. She was actually doing what Lara Procopio was doing to her in the second and third round until she made her fade, and that's where she was able to get her submission win via rear naked choke. But real quick, going back and looking at the first round, right away Casey O'Neill, she came out ready to strike, put the pressure on Procopio, but Procopio, she was establishing her leg kick, moving nicely with that lateral movement, landing a good left hand and clinching up with O'Neill. And both fighters, they were trading some knees, but in my opinion, I feel like Procopio, she was landing the better strikes, and she was able to land a good left hand off of the break and go right back to her low kick. O'Neill, she did land a good left hand on the inside, but Procopio, she would come back and snap O'Neill's head back with the right hand and go right back to that leg kick. Once again, she clinches up with O'Neill, but both fighters start trading knees. But again, Procopio, I think she lands the better strikes up top and adding in those knees to the body. At a range, I feel like O'Neill, she wasn't pumping the jab out enough because she did have the reach advantage. She was letting Procopio come in with that good left hook. You know, she was landing a few good right hands, but I feel like she would have landed more if she would have been setting it up off of the jab. I think even when they clinched up for a third time, Procopio, she was doing more damage, just using her strength. She was able to take O'Neill down. When they got back to the feet, O'Neill, she got tagged by another left hand from Procopio. And then Procopio went right back into another clinch just to slow the striking down. So I gave this round to Procopio. But overall, I was saying to myself, this is a fast pace. You know, she clinched up 4 times, did good work. She controlled the strike, and she was just doing a lot of work. You know, this is what you want to see from a fighter, more so in like the second and third round. You kind of want to just establish the leg kick and establish the jab. You don't want to push too much because it's going to cause you to fade. You know, you got to find that rhythm, especially in a 3-round fight. The second round, O'Neill, she came out pumping her jab, you know, and she was able to get her own leg kick going. She was starting to land on Procopio's lead leg and landed some good right hands and combinations backing up Procopio. So Procopio, she shoots in for that takedown, and she gets on the back of O'Neill, but then she transitions, and when she gets in the guard of O'Neill's, she's not afraid to work. She's actually landing some good elbows off her back. You know, she's hitting Procopio these good shots. So when they get back to the feet, O'Neill, she starts landing that right hand. The right hand starting to find a home. Procopio's leg kicks, they're more so non-existent now. You know, she kind of abandoned that attack. So O'Neill, she's more so clinching and mauling Procopio and taking her to the ground and working in that half guard, elbows to Procopio's body. So Procopio, she's actually looking gassed at this point. And it's probably, like I said, from the fast pace of the first round. So now O'Neill, she's doing everything to Procopio that Procopio was doing to her. Procopio, she tried to get that high guard to go for that arm bar, but O'Neill, she was just too busy. She breaks out, tries for that toe lock, but can't get it. So O'Neill, to me, she ends the round on top, smothers the work rate of Procopio, and just really takes the round. She just really won this round with a lot of good work in this second round. The third round, O'Neill, she came out with the same momentum in Procopio's face, throwing and taking Procopio down. Procopio, she's starting to fade. She gives up her back. O'Neill, she just lies on her back, lands some nice hammer fist to Procopio, then transitions to a full mount, and Procopio gives up her back again as she slides out. And O'Neill, she just keeps working. You know, she's working, she's putting the weight on her, and she's landing strikes. Like, these aren't the heaviest strikes, but she's putting that weight on top of Procopio, who's already gassed out, and she's locking up that body triangle. Procopio, she tries to stand up, goes right back down. O'Neill locks in that rear naked choke and chokes Procopio till she passes out. I was like, wow. Like, I was waiting for the tap, but then I saw the eyes go like blank, and she was just staring up at the sky. And I saw she was out, so I was like, oh, this is over. But yeah, man, I was actually picking Lara Procopio in this fight because I felt like she had the more, she just seemed to have the more experienced game plan in some of her past fights. So I thought she would have, you know, fought a more patient fight and just picked her shots and landed better shots early on, which she did in the first round. But I think she just gave all of her fight in the first round more so than, you know, distributed evenly throughout the second and third. You know, she should have started off slow made sure she won the first round, but then, you know, kind of picked up the pace in the third, and then, you know, to see if she could have gassed O'Neal out and finished her. But yeah, man, like I said, O'Neal, she showed a lot of resilience in this fight and tenacity in this fight. You know, she has a gas tank. I like that. I still think she needs to work on her defense a little bit more, and her ability to put more pop on her strikes is something she needs. But, you know, Procopio, it's a solid win. Either way, it's still a solid win. I got to give her credit for that, because she was using her weight well. She was using that strength, and her ground game looked pretty decent in this fight. From here, maybe a Jillian Robertson. That would be a good test for her to see, you know, if she can outstrike Jillian Robertson, or if she can even out-grapple with Jillian Robertson. So, yeah, anybody like that, that would be a good fight for her before she gets into, like, a top 15 opponent. Procopio, I think she just made the mistake of blowing her load in the first round, because she did set up a nice attack. You know, like I said, next time just kind of pace it out, and I think it'll work out better for her, you know, and work on that gas tank, man. Because, yeah, she really started to fade in that second and third round, and that's where Casey O'Neal just said, look, I'm about to do the same thing that you did to me, but I'm going to be successful. So, yeah, overall, it was a good fight. Definitely a good showing by Casey O'Neal. She came in there and made a big statement against a fighter on her level in Lara Procopio. Let me know, guys, who y'all think she should be fighting next. And also, what do y'all think about Lara Procopio? What's her next move from here? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.